refused to attend my sister's wedding. After she cheated on my best friend and got engaged with him, my family threatened to cut me off. All right, so here's the lowdown. The title says it all, but trust me, it gets crazier than you'd think. I never thought I'd be here, sharing my personal life on Reddit, but I guess we all need an outlet, right? So my sister Emily has always been the golden child, straight A student, captain of the cheerleading team, the whole 9 yards. Everyone in the family adored her, and I was just the shadow living under her perfect aura. No biggie, right? Wrong. Fast forward to a few months ago. My best friend Mike, who's been like a brother to me since we were kids, started dating Emily. At first, I was over the moon. I mean, what's better than your best friend dating your sister? We'd all hang out, and things were awesome. But then, shit hit the fan. One night, Mike and I were chilling at our favorite bar. He was acting weird, more reserved than usual. After a few beers, he finally spilled the beans. He had caught Emily cheating on him. Yeah, I know. I was pissed, confused, and honestly, heartbroken for him. Mike's a great guy, and seeing him that crushed was like the punch to the gut. Turns out Emily had been seeing some dude from her office. Mike found out through some flirty texts he stumbled upon on her phone. Classic. He confronted her, and she didn't even deny it. She just threw some lame-ass excuses about how she felt trapped and needed excitement. Bullshit. So, Mike breaks up with her, rightfully so, and I thought that was the end of it. Boy, was I wrong. A few weeks later, I'm over at my parents' place for a Sunday dinner. You know, the usual family gathering where we pretend to be a happy, functional family. We're halfway through the meal when Emily drops a bombshell. "I'm engaged," she announces, flashing a gaudy ring on her finger. Everyone loses their shit, congratulating her, hugging her, and I'm just sitting there in shock. Engaged? To who? I look over at Mike, who's sitting next to me, and he looks just as dumbfounded. This was news to both of us. I asked Emily, "Who's the lucky guy?" She grins and says, "Oh, it's Tom from work. We've been dating for a while now." Are you fucking kidding me? She's engaged to the guy she cheated on Mike with? My blood is boiling, but I keep my cool for the sake of the family dinner. Mike, on the other hand, looks like he's about to puke. He excuses himself and leaves. I follow him out, needing to make sure he's okay. Outside, Mike's pacing, looking like he's about to punch a wall. "I can't believe this," he says. "I thought she was different." I don't know what to say. I feel helpless. My sister's a cheating liar, and now she's getting married to the guy she cheated with. What the actual fuck? After that dinner, I knew I had to confront Emily. I couldn't let this slide. So I went to her apartment the next day. She answered the door looking all smug and happy, like she hadn't just ripped my best friend's heart out. "We need to talk," I said, pushing past her into the living room. "What's your problem?" she snapped, crossing her arms. "You cheated on Mike," I said, getting straight to the point. "And now you're marrying the guy? How could you do that to him? To us?" She rolled her eyes. "Oh, grow up. Mike and I were never going to last. Tom is the one for me." "Are you serious? You didn't even have the decency to end things with Mike before jumping into bed with Tom. That's low, even for you. Don't lecture me on morality, okay? You don't know what it's like." I couldn't believe her. She was so dismissive, so uncaring. It made my blood boil. "You're unbelievable. Do Mom and Dad know?" She smirked. "Of course they do. They're happy for me." That was the last straw. I stormed out, feeling a mix of rage and despair. How could my family support this? How could they be okay with her actions? I decided I couldn't keep quiet about this. My family needed to know the truth. So, at the next family gathering, I brought it up. "Emily's getting married," I said, and everyone cheered. But then I added, "to the guy she cheated on Mike with." Silence. You could hear a pin drop. My parents looked shocked, but then my mom said, "We know, and we support her decision." I couldn't believe it. "You're okay with her cheating? With her hurting Mike like that?" "She made a mistake," my dad said, "but she's happy now. That's what matters." I looked at them in disbelief. "So, her happiness is more important than doing the right thing? Than being loyal?" My mom sighed. Sometimes things aren't black and white. You'll understand when you're older. I felt sick. I couldn't believe my own family was excusing her behavior. I stood up. Well, I won't be attending the wedding. I can't support this. My dad's face turned red. If you don't go, you're out of this family. We don't need your negativity. I stared at him stunned. You're willing to cut me off because I won't support her cheating? Yes, he said firmly. Family comes first. You either support her or you're out. I left the house that day feeling more alone than ever. My own family had turned their backs on me because I stood up for what was right. I didn't go to the wedding. True to their word, my parents cut me off. No calls, no texts, nothing. It was like I didn't exist to them anymore. It hurt like hell, but I couldn't compromise my values. Mike and I stayed close. He was my rock during this time, and I was his. We got through it together, and honestly, I'm grateful for that. Losing my family was hard, but it showed me who my real family was. As for Emily, I hear she's still with Tom. Good for her, I guess. But I can't forgive her for what she did to Mike, or to me. Maybe one day, things will change. But for now, I'm focusing on the people who truly matter in my life. Life's too short to surround yourself with toxic people, even if they're family. Sometimes you have to stand up for what's right, even if it means standing alone. Thanks for listening to my story, Reddit. It feels good to get this off my chest.